Hi, it's Cameron here with the Big Sankofa, and today we put together a video collage for you guys showing you how we constructed our aquaponics greenhouse. So we actually designed this greenhouse from scratch. It's a 60 by 40 foot greenhouse. We pretty much drew out the full floor plan for it. They are putting up the cement wall. They're getting ready to put up the screen, and there's a type of clear roof that allows the sun to come through. So if you're unaware what an aquaponics system is, it's an enclosed system that couples both fish farming and hydroponics farming. This system is one of the most sustainable ways of farming if you're interested in raising fish and having a garden, because it allows us to save on water consumption and nutrients for the plants. Basically, we'll feed the fish. The fish will produce a type of waste that is then filtered through the system and then fed to the plants as rich nutrients. The roots from the system in turn will clean the water and send back fresh oxygenated water back to the fish and keeping the cycle going. So the blue barrels that are being installed here are the waste system. That's where all of the fish waste will be first sent to, and then sent through a series of filters before being sent to the rock media beds as well as the water beds. This system that we built is a small commercial grade system. At its fullest capacity, it can hold up to 600 fish and produce over 2,400 pieces of vegetables at any given time. So at this stage, the aquaponics system is finished and the greenhouse is finished, and we're just filling up the fish tanks with fresh water from our borehole and filling up the water beds. So now we're just preparing to get ready for the fish, and we decided to raise tilapia as we don't eat catfish, but we do love some fried tilapia, and so we'll be ordering those, and you'll see that shortly. So when we first started, we started with about 100 fish per tank, and we have 6 of these tanks. Before you start to actually sow seeds in your system, you have to allow these fish time to get acclimated to the water and produce enough waste and bacteria to nourish the plants. And so here I'm doing my daily, it's supposed to be a daily test, checking the pH levels, the ammonia and nitrate levels. At first, it was a daily struggle trying to manage our solar system with our compound and the aquaponics system, because it's a constant pull on our system, but we surely but slowly got it settled. So our system will get to charge, fully charged. It's been holding up. It's been doing okay. So now I'm just going to feed the fish and the dogs, and check on our system, and we have some laborers coming today to move some rocks onto our 3-bedroom compound yard because the wall is finished. What else? We should be starting to get ECG set up this week. Hopefully we can start today so we can have it as backup. We'll probably just run it at night. And gonna wash some clothes. Gonna plant some seeds. And try to go into town and find EJ a kit for Father's Day. A grill. So we'll see how that goes. Let's check on the fish. They're hungry.
Hey! Oh man, thank you, man. Dang. Hey. Oh man, it's going down.
That's what Elijah said. Elijah said, "Can we get some food for him to grill now?"
Dang. That's what did these boys. Hey, man. Man, let me get one. I don't need a bun. That bad boy did them boys.
Oh, those look nice. Those are lamb chops?
Mm-hmm.
How you grilling in a grill?
Hey.
You didn't do anything to the bottom. You're just using it as a smoker.
Yeah, I'm using the smoker.
Elijah, you okay?
Yeah.
That looks good. So here, Elijah is getting trained up on how to check the ammonia and nitrates and pH levels for the system.
Whoops.
What seeds do you want to put in here?
It worked with tomato last time. Let's try some tomato.
Okay.
It also worked with everything over there. The basil, the mint. So, but it doesn't work good, I don't think, for lettuce and stuff because it's too hot over here. Now maybe over there one day.
All right. A little rogue plant. The seed just fell and sprouted. I don't know what it is, but it's doing good. Look at these tomatoes. So a lot of people ask us, how much did this system, the aquaponics system and the greenhouse cost to build? Well, we built this in 2022. And at the time, the exchange rate, I believe, was around about 11, $1 for 11 CDs. In any case, the construction cost us 23,000 CDs, so that was just under $2,000. And it was relatively inexpensive because we purchased all the material ourselves and just hired contractors to come and complete the build. The aquaponics system in itself, though, was a lot more expensive than the construction of the greenhouse because a lot of the material had to be imported. So the cost of the aquaponics system at the time of 2022 was around 88,000 CD, so just under $8,000. Around this time, the fish had built up enough waste and nutrients for the plants to thrive. But we also noticed that the water was, getting kind of full of algae, and that's because it had too much sunlight. So later on, you'll see in the video that the tanks will be covered with a black tarp, and that's to prevent sunlight from, so that there wouldn't be so much algae buildup.
I bought some root stimulator, but that's for cutting. If you want to cut something off.
So like these microgreens, once you put them in the roof, the rafters, the floating beds, if we just clip off the top to harvest the leaf, the roots should continue to grow and create new leaves.
It should. And before you, like when these go big enough to put in the hydroponics, you try and shake and get as much of the dirt off of it and have a nice clean, in fact they say rinse the root.
So this is our beloved family in the eastern region who essentially adopted us when we first got to the area. They are the family members of our good friend and now brother Ohini. And they just came to visit for the first time actually and help us sow some of the seeds that my mother and I had been starting from seedlings. And this is Ajua, and she's much older now. This video is about 2 years ago, but she was helping us to plant the seeds, and it was just a really fun activity for her and her brother. So for our system, some we started completely from scratch from seeds. Sometimes we would buy seedlings, but for the most part we grew a lot of the vegetables that you will start to see later on as this video progresses. This is a green bean that we're transplanting into the rock bed from the floating beds. So I have one snow pea and one green bean that I'm going to test here. And then we'll create some trellises over there for those. But look how long and healthy these roots are. You got inches. So here's EJ bringing his pest control experience from the States, but applying it into our greenhouse to keep the bugs, mosquitoes, spiders, and any insects that would like to eat our vegetables up, keep them away. So these are seedlings, lettuce seedlings, eggplant seedlings, sweet pepper and bell pepper, chili pepper seedlings, cabbage. And right now I'm just removing them out of the nursing trays, rinsing the roots off so that we can transplant them onto the water rafters. Here. Gonna pull some collard greens, and I'm gonna pull some bok choy. But look how our peppers and cabbages and eggplant and peppers are doing. So I'm just gonna take off a few leaves of this, and then there's a bok choy here that is actually sprouted, and that's edible. We gotta hurry up and get that one. It's gonna die. This is a bok choy. This flower is actually edible, but after it starts to sprout, it won't grow. So I really should have cut this sooner. So like these, this one's gonna sprout soon. Pull that out to keep it. So I'll go ahead and harvest this so we can eat this today. And this one. And a little bit of, I think this is, it's not arugula, it's something else. It's really spicy. Those from inside I got these from inside the greenhouse.
Yeah, I didn't go in the greenhouse, but I could see that some stuff was huge.
Yeah, so I'm going to take some of this greens that are growing on the side of the house and this bok choy. The lettuce is doing good. And those are eggplants.
Mine didn't do good at all. They all died. That's lettuce?
This is bok choy, and this is some type of green. Like,
you don't know what kind. See the collard or mustard?
Yep. So all this is from today's harvest, and it's full of greens, arugula, bok choy, and even some contumely leaves. And we're just gonna cook it up old-fashioned style. It literally smelled like a grandma's house. The only thing that was missing was some ham hocks, and we don't eat ham, so it was perfect. Here you can see the addition of some covering that we did to reduce the heat in the greenhouse. It was actually kind of burning out our cabbage, as you can see. But just this covering reduced the core temperature in the greenhouse by about 5 degrees, 5 to 10 degrees. It was amazing, and everything just started to really sprout from there. And here's the tomato plants that my mother grew from seedlings till fruiting, and lots of fresh greens, collard greens, mustard greens.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I got eggplant over there growing. But these are not the beefsteak tomatoes, but they're good. They're really firm too. This pepper is good. And I just pull them out if I see too much whiteness.
So eventually we had an excess of seedlings and we wanted to try it in the actual ground. So we planted these on the side of our home, and they were constantly being watered from the condensing unit from our AC. So right now he's picking some overripe eggplant or garden eggs, and we grew lots of greens over here as well. So at this point, we've had the system for a little over 6 months and are preparing to harvest the tilapia. Some of them are quite big. They even started to have their own eggs and raise their fingerlings in here as well. So we're going to start separating the large fish that we want to harvest, sell, and or consume for ourselves. Oh yeah, he's a good size. Oh, good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Oh. So our neighbor Innocent actually helped us to sell off about 50 to 60% of our fish. We were selling them between 10 and 25 CD per fish, depending on the size. And you might have seen in previous videos us mention our neighbor Innocent. He's a biblical neighbor in every sense of the phrase. And so here he is, just helping us fish out the rest to sell. As for the fish we kept for ourselves, we fried it, we baked it, we filleted it, and we even made some tilapia escabeche. So lastly, I just added this quick little TikTok video that I made when we last harvested, and showing you the recipe for the tilapia escabeche. Hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching to the end. We got to keep on fighting. Yeah, fun. The people like that.